This is the Westcountry Tonight with Ian Axton and Vanessa Cuddiford.
Good evening. A summit of bus operators, passengers and councillors was held in Cornwall today to try to avert a crisis in the county's transport system.
Last month, we exclusively revealed that Cornwall Council wants to cut the amount it pays operators for providing free travel for pensioners and the disabled. One of the operators told us tonight that would lead to more than 60 buses being axed. Our Cornwall correspondent Steve Hardy reports.
Summer Court Travel has been on the road for 13 years, running 19 buses out of its depot near Newquay. Most of the rural routes it operates are heavily used by pensioners entitled to free travel under the concessionary fare scheme. Now a threat by Cornwall Council to cut by a third its share of the scheme is threatening the future of small bus companies like Summer Court.
A 30% cut in funding from the concessionary scheme would mean a 30% reduction in buses operated, 30% of the routes would be cut, 30% of the staff would be made redundant. We'd have a business that was 30% smaller.
The company was one of 9 operators, including the main 2, Western Greyhound and First, who attended a summit with councillors in Truro today to try to thrash out a deal. Last year, the council paid £7.4 million to First and Western Greyhound to provide the service. Most of that was granted to the council by the government. That worked out to nearly 74% of the total cost. The bus operators made up the rest. This year, the government has reduced its grant by £2 million. The council says the bus operators should take that on board, reducing its contribution to 44%.
We would be looking at a situation where something like only 38 buses would actually be operating in a county run by ourselves first. Currently operate over 100 vehicles. So that's a substantial reduction in the amount of operation that we will be given in the county.
Is the sort of figures you're giving us, is that some kind of scaremongering to force a council into a deal?
No, it's not scaremongering at all. We're not looking for a deal. What we're looking for is the best public transport network for the people of Cornwall. The council has signed up to LTP3, which is the vision for public transport for the next 20 years, and we could end up with only half the network that was originally planned.
I would emphasise that discussions are continuing between the bus operators and Cornwall Council officers, and we hope for good outcomes from those discussions.
So steps are being taken to try to resolve the situation. The future of travel in Cornwall and the county's economy could depend on a deal being reached. Steve Hardy in Summer Court for the Westcountry Tonight.